Alright, so today we're at the Centralia, Illinois DMV. And like always, we're just going to make sure that our rights aren't trampled on by our public servants. So let's get right on into it.
This has nothing to do with the car that I'm trying to put them on. No, it has everything to do with plates. Okay, so if I act like these plates don't exist, then you could and my car out here, I just want to get new ones. How much is that?
151, unless you want the.
Well, I still want the military plates.
Yeah, and if we do that, we have to wait till next month to do it. We can't do it today because these have to be.
But it doesn't have.
Yeah, let me ask. Because these go to another car.
Yeah.
When do those go out?
This month, or next month. Next month also.
Did you want just a random number on it?
Yeah.
Did you do like the military simplified?
Can we help you, sir? Sir, can we help you?
Oh, not
honey,
at the
you're
moment.
not supposed to video in here.
Why is that?
Oh, because this is a public facility.
Yeah, that's exactly why I have the right to do this, man.
Okay, we're going to call our manager.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask your name?
I have a license plate for that one.
Okay. No professionalism. Anywhere you go. That's alright.
Did you bring your DD 214 in?
Do I get to call that over again? Get the driver's license, it says that.
It's crazy.
One must provide a legible copy of the DD 214 or a letter of verification from the Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs. Or a current DD Form 2 U.S. Uniform Service Identification Card verifying service record.
This?
Sir, are you conducting SOS business here today?
Yes, ma'am.
You are. What were you going to do today? How can we help you?
I don't need any help right at the moment. I might here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Um,
I thought it was your.
if you want to get a FOIA request paper form,
What was that?
a FOIA request form.
What is that? I don't know what that
A
is.
Freedom of Information Act.
I don't think we have that here, do we?
Yeah.
I think that's through another
No,
agency.
I'd be here. That's all right. I'm not here to cause a problem or anything. I'm just here to exercise my rights and.
Do you have a number or something?
How can we help you today?
I need to get some license from
Thank you.
some, okay, some stickers.
Oh, no, I'm waiting on
Stickers
somebody.
are right
No,
up
you're
here.
fine.
Do you have your renewal notice with you?
Yeah, but the car has been down for a couple of years, so I didn't know.
Let's go right here. Right here.
Yeah, we're working on it.
They said, keep your name badge turned around. That's crazy.
Thank you.
Considering they work for the public, and that's the whole reason why they have name badges. So we can identify who they are as public servants. It's kind of disgusting, to be honest.
Yeah, Gary, where's your votes on anything on that?
Okay, thanks, sir. Have a good day.
Can you please not point that at me at all?
Well, it wasn't necessarily pointed at you.
$35.
So if it was, like, I got a verification letter.
You can send us our email and then you can.
Yeah, can we help you with something? Sticker. Oh, no. She's got a sticker. Hi.
And then we'll just print it out.
You're welcome. I have been in DAD 3 days in a row now. Out in the school there. So now I get
I just wanted to make it do us up here.
Yes or no questions, ma'am?
Maybe I better have to do that one.
Privilege you can license under the officer of police or any other state.
I know it's downloaded, but I don't know where they download
Is
it.
your driver's license valid?
And it's 151 plus
Are you currently under court order of hearing? Do you have any condition like those temporary loss of hearing? Yeah.
Can we help you up here?
Sorry.
Are you doing a sticker?
Yeah.
Do you have your card or just your registration? I'll-
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright. How about yourself?
Hanging in there.
Alright.
Mind if I get your name and badge number?
Officer White, 478.
478. Appreciate that.
Are you Glenn? Yes. Manager is right here. And then one of these furniture windows will help you out here. Yes.
Yeah, does that have?
How you doing?
What's up, boss?
Mind if I get your name and badge number?
Officer Jansen.
Jansen? What's the number?
Just don't understand why you have to do that. What? The show all this.
Yeah.
Has your guys' body cams been on the entire time?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Not muted?
I got out of the car. Nope.
Sweet. You mind if I get your badge number?
466.
466. All right,
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate that.
No problem.
So we're all good here?
As far as I know.
All right. I just want to make sure. I'm just here to peacefully exercise my rights and, you know,
More power to you, my man.
appreciate that.
Yep. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Try to be respectful, and that's what you get. Get a bunch of public servants that call armed men on you for exercising your rights and not breaking the law. They call law enforcement when you don't break the law.
Did you want the FOIA?
Yes, ma'am. Would you mind if I get your name? It's all going to be on the FOIA request anyways.
My name is Casey.
I appreciate
But,
that.
is that the form you wanted?
Yep.
The FOIA? Okay.
Yep. Do you have a clipboard that I could write on by chance? And so you're the manager?
You guys just want to take a seat. We'll be with you in just a moment.
I've got
okay?
my own pen, thank you though. Hey, do you mind if you're the manager, right?
So the SOS police are coming, so I'm
Okay,
just waiting
that's
until
fine.
everyone gets here, okay?
But you're the manager? Because the Centralia police just told you that I'm good to go, right?
I just gave you the.
I appreciate
form
that,
you
but
needed.
it's kind of disgusting that they turn their name badges around just so I can't, you know, ask them who they are. It's, you know what I mean? They work for the public. A member of the public comes in not breaking the law, and then you guys call the police and turn your
We're
name
just
badges
doing
around.
what we're supposed to do, so.
Yeah, and I can appreciate that to a certain extent. I'm not here to be rude. I apologize if I'm here to just peacefully exercise my rights. That's all.
I just want to make sure that that is the correct one,
Yep,
right? Okay,
yep.
I just want to make sure. This is all just new, so.
No, you're fine. You yourself, you're doing fine. I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Man, that's crazy.
Yes, okay.
She's up there explaining how they're waiting on the Secretary of State Police to come get me, basically. We've already been through this, though. There's a reason why Centralia Police already left. There's nothing they can do. We're exercising rights. These public entities just think that there's something special is what it is.
Trembling, how are you? You alright?
Oh, I'm doing great. I see you know my name now.
Sorry?
Does that make you feel better?
Not really.
Yeah, you wanted it last time.
So right now? Oh, I didn't. He's here. Oh, I didn't. Wait, so we cannot.
That's crazy.
What's that?
You're gonna shut the place down early again?
No, I'm not gonna shut the place down. So, I know we discussed this the other day. So, it's against Secretary of State policy. I know you disagree with it. That's your right.
So does the state's attorney.
It's your right to disagree with it. State's attorneys, they can articulate the law or read it however they want. Do you know what I mean? So, Secretary of State policy. Here, I'll tell you. I wrote it down here.
I'm sorry that they're doing this to you guys.
Not abiding by SOS policies, facilities are advised to stop all transactions with customers when there is a breach in SOS policy of the breach in the SOS facility policy of recording or photography policy inside the building. This is to protect the integrity of sensitive information and conversations. So
In public.
you've already been advised that it is against the SOS policy
Is
to
it
record
against the law?
inside of the building. So the staff is told to cease all transactions until recording has ceased. You are allowed to record outside of the building. We just ask that you do not record inside the building.
But by law, am I breaking the law right now? Am I eligible to be arrested? I mean, I'm still being pretty nice. I was pretty nice last time and you weren't willing to listen at all.
I'm being
And
cor-
you're
I'm
obviously
being-
not,
I'm
again.
being cordial this time, Mr. Chumley.
You were cordial last time and I appreciate that, but you know,
Thank you.
we've been through this. The state's attorney has already investigated this.
Have you called the number to SOS General Counsel yet?
No, not yet, but I am looking forward to that.
Okay, that's why I would refer you to talk to SOS General Counsel.
So where do we go from here? Am I going to be
All
threatened with arrest
transactions,
again?
if you remain in the building and you continue to record, all transactions have ceased. So
Mhm.
if you remain to record until 5 o'clock, that's whenever 5 o'clock is whenever the DMV shuts its doors.
Yeah,
So
and I'll
then
be
you'll
sure
have
not to go outside this time so you can't disgracefully shut the place down early like you did in Salem.
Well,
That's kind
the
of
Secretary
disgusting.
of State and front office administrators have the right to close the facility early if they deem necessary.
All for somebody that's not breaking the law. That's kind of crazy. I mean, you know, you swore an oath to uphold the Constitution, and I think you should be doing that. Right? I mean, that should be your number one goal, is to uphold the Constitution. I'm wrong?
I have no
I've
more
never
to
done
say.
your job, but I understand that
Mr.
you swore
Chumley,
an oath to-
respectively, I have no more to say.
Okay, well, you know.
I thought they were yours, sorry.
If this is something that has to be done today, I would recommend you could go to Mount Vernon has a facility. There's a facility in Muscuda as well. Trying to think of others.
Salem is closed.
Salem's closed today?
Yeah, close.
Oh, close, yeah, Salem would be closed.
That's
Do you have any
crazy.
intentions of leaving
because he's already traveled.
I will step outside so long that I will step in because they locked me out last time. I'm exercising my rights peacefully. I'll go back there if you guys will do his business. I will walk away from the counter for them because I'm honestly I'm not here to cause anybody problems. I'm just here to secure our rights, right? So if you guys will conduct his business while I stand at the back of that room, I will.
I'll let you make that decision. If you feel confident in the integrity of the documents and the conversations.
I'll stand all the way at the back. I just don't want to walk outside.
Even though SOS policy states you can't record or photography inside the building as a whole. If you feel comfortable, that's up to your discretion as the facility manager.
Well, that's what we're not, I mean, I'm not gonna do it then.
If I step outside, are you guys going to close down early?
No.
So you guys won't lock the door on me like last
Open
time?
until 5 o'clock.
Okay,
But
I'll step outside if you are going to conduct his
inside,
business.
They'll cease transactions.
Okay.
I'm not going to lock the door on you.
Because here's the deal. I'm for the people, okay? That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the people. We'll get him when he's out. It's just disgusting, man. I mean, I really shouldn't even have to do this, but I really don't. I don't want to cause any citizen duress, and I'm not. It's the Secretary of State that is causing citizens duress because they're refusing to serve the public whenever people are exercising their constitutional rights. That's disgusting, man. I just, you know, it's sad. It really is. It's real sad. Yeah. You got any weapons loose in there or anything? Got windows tinted dark enough you can hardly see in them. Some people would probably be pulled over and ticketed for. Property of the Secretary of State. Wow.
Probably a little bit of trash in there. Probably need to clean it out. The reason why
I'm not worried about that.
When I arrived, all these spots were taken back in.
Oh, I wasn't even going to criticize you for that. I'm honestly just criticizing you for not honoring your oath to the Constitution. So what do you think it is about you that makes you tick that you got to know people's names whenever they're not committing a crime? What is it that...
I like to know the people in my community.
The ones that have the right to be secure in their papers? Like to know the people in his community. Yeah. No, he sits there and obsesses about it and follows people around for an hour after their encounter ended because he was hoping to find out what car I got in. And it didn't work out for him because you know, I got a busy schedule. I work for a living outside of upholding our rights, outside of defending our rights. And but you know what, dude, whenever I do these, I make sure that I've got time because of tyrants like him that just can't let it go that somebody's not breaking the law. They gotta follow you around town. You know, they just gotta know who you are. They gotta follow you around and stalk you for 2 hours after their shift ends. So I make sure that I've got all the time in the world whenever I'm doing these, because we can play the game. We can play the game of who's gonna violate whose rights and who's gonna harass who. And we the people will always win. Just gonna hang out in there till 5, I bet. That would be hilarious. They got me again. They're just gonna hang out in there till 5 o'clock and hey, do me a favor, can you just sit here at the counter and act like you're doing business until 5? Nah, they don't care about their word that much. They told me that they won't shut down early, but you know dang well they will, and not think twice about it, because they're disgusting servants. Almost every single last one of them. Every one of them that's willing to abide by an unconstitutional policy, they have a duty to serve the public. They don't have the right to refuse service to people unless somebody's being disorderly, causing a disruption, or breaking the law, and that we are not doing. And they can't refuse my service because I know my rights, so they're threatening to refuse the public's service because I'm out here intentionally not breaking the law. How disgusting is that? I mean, come on, when is enough gonna be enough, guys? The tyranny of these officers, and I'm not saying all officers, I'm talking about the tyrannical officers, and the unprofessionalism of these publicly funded employees. That's exactly how their checks are paid, is because we pay our taxes. Every single last one of them. And they're going to take our money but refuse to serve us as they see fit. That's not the way it works, guys. That's why I'm out here doing this, because, you know, I come in here respectfully and I can respectfully educate these workers so long as they want to remain respectful too. But they want to be disgusting and turn their name badges around whenever I ask who they are. They threaten to quit serving the public as soon as I'm out here exercising my rights. And then they call armed men, they call law enforcement for somebody that's not breaking the law. That's crazy to me. I just don't understand how that works in people's minds. Oh, he's not breaking the law, we're gonna call law enforcement. That makes no sense. And for the Officer Meador of the Secretary of State Police, first off, he feels so much better that he knows my name. I don't care. It just, you know, what drives him so wild that he, and here's another thing. They just think that they're so special compared to any other public entity that, oh, you're allowed to record any other entity, but not this one. We have highly top secret information about the public in here. Well, take it out of the public, guys. Yeah, you do have personal information, and so does the Department of Human Services, so does the County Health Department, so do a lot of people, and that does not make a difference.
Is he following that?
The bottom's a Green Street Road.
I'm not following anybody.
It gets intermittent there. Green Street Road, you know,
Yeah.
by Red Stripe.
Yeah.
There's like 0 cell phone service.
Yeah, it's Selmaville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's no transactions occurring.
You're here to serve the public, ma'am. I come in here and I try to be as respectful as I can.
37 minutes.
Would anybody be willing to turn their name badge around, or possibly I mean, it's on this FOIA
Hi there, how can we
request.
help you today?
I'm not leaving again, so they're gonna refuse you service because I'm not breaking the law, sir. Just keep in mind that's on them, not me.
Due to the violation of SOS policy, sir, of no recording or photography, there's an individual inside the office videoing. We ask that you go to the Salem DMV facility because all transactions have ceased. All these
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry that they're doing that to you, man. I'm just exercising my rights peacefully. They don't reserve the right to refuse service. They're gonna offer their service to me as well. They don't have. They're a public entity. They don't have the right to refuse service.
It's not worth it. Not
Yeah.
worth the problem for me.
For some people, it's not. That has what has gotten us unprofessionalism and tyranny in this country. Would anybody like to accept this FOIA request that I have filled out?
Somebody can take his FOIA request. That's
What
okay.
do we do with it?
If I could just get a signature that you're...
Manager probably.
Oh, okay.
Have your manager do it.
Is she here?
I think she's in there.
Okay.
Whatever your guys' policy is.
This is crazy.
It's all new.
You guys want to see lobby camera footage of the Salem DMV that was released on the last request that I requested? It's publicly accessible information. I'm not here to be rude. Only whenever people be rude to me by, turning their name badges around and refusing me service, that's, I'm not doing anything wrong. Because American citizens, we should all appreciate that we have rights. Do you appreciate that we have rights, Investigator Meador?
I do. Love America. The United States is the best country in the world. My opinion.
She'll be right now.
So did you have a sergeant call the state's attorney after the last encounter? Was that what came of that? I mean, so long as we're stuck here together, we might as well engage in a dialogue.
I have nothing to say other than if you have any questions, you can refer them to the SOS General Counsel or the Secretary of State Police Command Center in Springfield.
Well, I think the current situation shows what that conversation led to is that I'm not violating the law. You threatening to arrest and fingerprint me was a violation of my rights. They're not going to service you guys. Sorry that they're going to do that to you.
My name is Investigator Meador. I'm with the Illinois Secretary of State Police. We have an individual that's breaching SOS policy by recording and photography inside of an SOS facility. So per policy, they will not do any transactions while the video recording is commencing. So we would ask that you go to the Salem DMV and complete your transaction while he's here.
Hope we have time to make it there.
They don't have the right to refuse you guys service. They're a public entity. They're public servants. They're violating your guys' rights by not servicing you as the member of the public. I'm sorry that they're doing that to you guys because if I was breaking the law, he would arrest me.
Go to Salem.
Would you just mind signing that you received that and photocopying me a copy for myself for my own records? Thank you. Just a word of advice, he does not know the law very well, so I would not take advice from him. The last time that I met him, he threatened to arrest me and fingerprint me and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fine.
We're married.
Where would you like her to sign this?
Anywhere on the paper.
And then I photocopy it.
Okay. Should I not send it?
If you scan it, photocopy it, but I'd probably just photocopy it for now. You can scan it, you can both.
I'll let you type everything in. Okay. Where did Jamie?
Back office.
Oh, back there. Here you go.
Thank you. Would you care to have a small conversation with me? It won't hurt anything. I'm not going to be rude. You've been very polite. I'm here to peacefully exercise my rights, further educate myself, and educate anybody that may be willing to listen. Alls I was wanting to do, I'll pull up the FOIA request from the Salem facility. It's the same exact thing. 15 minutes of lobby camera footage, which they released. You know, the name and salary, hire date of every employee currently at the location, simple things. I'm just here to explain that we have the right to do this. The policy is for you guys and a suggestion to us at best, otherwise it would be unconstitutional. That's why he's not allowed to arrest me, which he threatened to do last time at Salem a couple weeks ago. He got educated since then, and I'll be a little rude to him because he threatened violence on me essentially. But you've been very nice. Like I said, I'm just here to peacefully educate and exercise my rights, that's all. But if you want to see the lobby camera footage or anything like that, I'd be willing to show you. Okay. Would anybody else be willing to give me their name in a professional manner? Or we'll just have to wait the 5 business days for the FOIA request? That's sad, guys.
Hello, sir. My name is Investigator Ryan Meador with the Illinois Secretary of State Police. Currently, we have an individual that's breaching SOS policy, video recording inside of our facility. Our SOS policy is anytime that happens, the workers cease all transactions. So they won't be doing any transactions today while he's inside recording. You are welcome to go to the Salem DMV facility to complete your transaction.
They don't have the right to refuse you service. They're a public entity. They're public servants. They're violating your rights by doing that.
Yeah, no, I'm forget it's there. That lady, I couldn't do it. I just got her name and I'll look it up.
Oh, is that phone number next?
No, she's gonna call back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I could roughly, I just couldn't get in on here.
Oh, then, yeah. Sometimes
Almost just would have made it easier if I wouldn't have pleaded with you guys for 30 minutes to not arrest me, huh? Thankfully, the Salem police had enough brains in them to, call the attorney and heed his advice.
Jamie, I'll tell her thank you because I didn't.
You got any big plans for the summer?
Vacation,
Vacation? Where are you going?
Florida,
You too.
Florida Day.
Where at?
Around Melbourne.
Over.
Where you headed?
Universal Studios.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to
Taking-
Disney
I'm
too.
taking my kids down there.
That'll be fun. Yeah. So it was a good day.
25 more minutes is a long time to stand here together. I can come to an agreement. You walk out first, I'll walk out behind you. How about that? Just so nobody thinks that you ran me out of here. I'm willing to do that, otherwise...
I can do that. But if you come back in, I'll come back in. Come back in, Hill.
I'm a man of my word, are you?
I am. I didn't lock the door on you, did I?
Yeah, that's true. Yep, I stand corrected outside. I'm not going to shake your hand, with all due respect.
No, I feel it. You want me to walk out first?
Yep, I just don't want anybody to get the impression that I was ran out of here.
Okay.
All right, y'all have a good day.
I did say I was going to give her my phone number. Can I go give her my phone number?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Everybody in there knows that you didn't run me out of there. What a good one. This is great. See, we're all learning difficult lessons out here. Well, not all of us. Maybe Tyrant Officer Ryan Meador had a difficult lesson to learn, but oh man. All these people that they were just willing to violate their rights. Yeah, you too, thank you. So it obviously makes you feel better that you know who I am. Oh, the ways of the Gestapo. Yeah, papers please. Well, they wouldn't say please about it, they would beat you until you provided your documentation. Two drives of shame in a row. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Goodbye, Investigator Ryan Meador of the Secretary of State Police. Goodbye. He ain't gonna follow me around because he already knows who I am. And that would probably be due to the fact that at a previous job, I worked with a man named Richard Mathis. And it just so happens to be that in this small world, it just so happens to be in this small world that Mr. Richard Mathis and Mr. Ryan Meador are distantly related. And the funniest thing is that I got a phone call a day or two after my original Salem DMV video was posted online. I got a call from Richard. And, you know, I thought we were friends. We've stayed in touch after we discontinued to work together. But I get a call from Richard and I answered it in a friendly tone. And he starts going on about the Salem DMV incident and informs me that he's distantly related to Tyrant Investigator Meador. And claims to be a freedom-loving American, just like Investigator Meador does, but continued on to claim that I was out looking for a problem by exercising my constitutional rights, peacefully at that. For peacefully exercising my constitutional rights, I'm out looking for a problem. So by those standards, everybody who owns a firearm is just looking for a problem. Everybody who chooses to remain silent is just looking for a problem. Everybody with a camera is just looking for a problem. Everybody who exercises their free speech is just looking for a problem. Everybody who wants due process is just looking for a problem. Because you're not allowed to exercise your constitutional rights without just looking for a problem. So, you know, it's not the American way, guys. We have constitutional rights, and they're slowly chipping away at them, and a lot of you guys are letting them. And it's sad, because all I'm out here to do is to peacefully exercise my rights and to further educate myself and educate anybody who may be willing to listen to me about the things that I do know. So that is, it's still a win for the day. Obviously, we didn't get threatened with arrest. We didn't get arrested. I honestly, I thought that the Secretary of State Police would show up and would try to arrest me, to be honest with you, or threaten to arrest me. No, instead they resorted to violating everybody else's rights that walked into the public building to receive services from our public servants. And they successfully did that to a few people, and they tore at my heartstring because I'm out here for the rights of the American people. I'm not out here to poke in anybody. I'm not here to poke at anybody. I'm not here to annoy anybody. I'm not here to cause anybody to have their rights stripped away from them. That is 1000% on those disgusting public servants for threatening and successfully not serving, which they have an obligation to do, members of the public, all because I am not violating the law and exercising my rights. It's sad. Maybe next time that we go in there, I'll get a complaint form for everybody. One, for turning their name badges around, and we're gonna get everybody's name and salary and hire date on the FOIA request. So you know, honestly, I don't know what they think that's doing for them. And you know, everybody's gonna get a complaint for violating every citizen's rights that walked in there and refusing them service. They do not retain the right to refuse service as they see fit. They are obligated to serve the public, guys, and we have to start holding them to this. We have to, or otherwise you're gonna blink and you're going to not have any rights. It's sad, guys. It really is sad. Honestly, I'm still gonna label this a fail, and because they're willing to violate other people's rights. They're willing to call armed men for somebody they're willing to call law enforcement for somebody who's not breaking the law. They refuse to professionally offer their name. Just all around a sad experience to deal with, guys, from our public servants. So yes, I successfully exercised my rights today. No, it was not a pass. This is still a fail to me. A pass is like yesterday when I went to the Centralia School Administration building and got full service, with nothing but a smile on their face, not a single question about why I was recording, what I was doing, other than filing a FOIA request, which to me is perfectly acceptable to ask, you know, what are you here for? I'm here to file a FOIA request. What I'm talking about is, I don't consent to be on camera. I don't want to be on your video. Shut that off. It's against our policy. We're gonna call the cops. You need to leave. Anything like that. Those are all disgusting remarks from people who are obligated to serve us as members of the public. So, successfully exercised my rights, still failed the audit. Investigator Ryan Meador, you may watch this again. Man, dude, you claim to love freedom and you say America's the best country in the world, and the only one of the few reasons why it's not is because men like you, who can only do what you're told, is exactly what you told Officer McMean in Salem a few weeks ago. You can only do what you're told.
I can only do what I'm told.
No, I get it. No, what you can do is think for yourself, educate yourself, actually appreciate the rights of the American people and uphold them like the oath that you swore to uphold. You can do that. Forget about the ranks, forget about the unconstitutional policies or anybody else's feelings. Form a thought of your own and do what's right eventually, man. I listen, I know that I was pretty hard on you, okay? I know that I was pretty rough about it, but for somebody who has an authority over an entire state of people and to make remarks such as you can only do what you're told, that's not right, man. And honestly, I didn't post it on the last video, but just know that I do still have the footage on my camera of you following me around for almost an entire hour after our encounter had ended last time, just so you could find out who I was. It's disgusting. If somebody's not breaking the law, you need not worry about invading their papers and effects, okay? I have a Fourth Amendment right to be secure in my papers and effects, and whatever it is that makes you tyrannical people just tick like a time bomb whenever you can't find out who we are. And I know that you slept so well the night that Richard Mathis told you my name and probably the town that I live in and, you know, and whatever else he may have told you. I'm sure it really helped you sleep at night. If you like what I do, make sure you leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to my channel. Every bit helps. I can't do this without you guys. I'm trying to get as much education out there as possible to as many people as I can possibly reach. So anybody who shares the video and helps me gain the following, get traction under my feet to really make something happen here, I need you guys to help me out. On that note, Odd Man Audits is going to sign off for the day. See you guys.